If he's serious about migration, he needs to put a cap on legal migration. He needs to take us out of the European Convention on Human Rights.
As we move closer to a general election, these insane calls from Conservative MPs for the UK to join Russia and Belarus as the only European countries outside the Human Rights Convention are growing louder. And Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has repeatedly refused to rule that out.
I had assurances from Rishi Sunak that he was going to put a cap on legal migration, that he was going to do something about the European Convention on Human Rights.
Well, if UK news shows don't want to point out to viewers the implications of this, I'll happily come back every day and point them out. The European Convention on Human Rights protects our right to a fair trial, freedom of assembly and expression, the right to participate in free elections, freedom of religion, freedom from discrimination, the right to privacy, freedom from torture and degrading treatment.
I think we should have as a manifesto commitment to come out of the ECHR and let there be a referendum on that. Because then we will not be stopped on our, the civil servants cannot stop us trying to enact what we got elected to do.
Human rights are universal. It's not for this government to pick and choose who they should and should not apply to. And when they respond with their "we can just leave the ECHR and create our own Bill of Rights" bollocks, remember this. Trusting this government with our human rights would be like handing a kitten over to a hungry crocodile.
We clearly have a problem with human rights law in this country that is making it difficult for us to achieve our objectives.
According to International Human Rights Watch, the UK could soon make the list of countries that abuse rather than protects human rights thanks to this government's outright onslaught on the rights of its own citizens. Just think about that. During the past 18 months, this government has robbed millions of workers of their right to strike, locked millions of people out of the electoral process, and stripped back our right to protest. And as for this,
the civil servants cannot stop us trying to enact what we got elected to do.
Please remember that civil servants have a legal obligation under the Civil Service Code to uphold the rule of law and administration of justice. And that's exactly what they're doing.